Oh, reconnection successful. All right. Hello, everyone. Oh, yep. There it goes. There it goes. I'm not sure how that all went for y'all, but it's OBS apparently struggled to connect for like a solid minute or so. So hopefully that doesn't mean that this VOD will be broken up into two parts. It might, but I don't. Honestly, I don't care. It stuff like this happens all the time. You learn to deal with it. In fact, I would feel a little weird if there wasn't any scuff. Scuff is kind of like how in Fallout 1 there was this advice, right, that one of the NPCs can give you that basically goes, don't try to purify any water that doesn't have any like bugs or like living creatures or nature in it, because that means that the water's probably not safe to drink. And phew, bless me. And in the same way, if a stream doesn't have at least a little bit of scuff, you should not um you know that's a little too clean. It's a little bit too shiny, if you will. So that's quite strange. I wonder why it disconnected like that all of a sudden. My internet's quite decent, so I don't really know many situations where like it would disconnect like that. Okay, we all have the rice beast right over here. I'm gonna add a bunch of little sesame seeds for its eyes. And then just add those over here. So I wonder why it's so odd whenever it disconnects like that for no gosh dang reason. Because my internet was working just fine. I saw it working just fine. And the stream was considerably less fine. Also, now we get to get some cool reference pictures for green Thai curry, which I'm excited for personally. I haven't had green Thai curry myself. Maybe I should fix that. I mean, just look at that. Not to sound like a mom, right? But there are some foods that you look at and you're like, dude, my liver would feel so good eating those. My body is gonna thank me for eating those. This is one of those foods. Like, look at how much nice green there is in there. Like, there are some foods that are so green, you're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a big hit downstairs with my gut flora. Ironically enough, I do want to put those red chilies in there for like a nice splash of color, but I don't know if I should add those, given that I'm kind of a pussy about spice. I do want to add some leaf garnish though. It's awesome how this originally started as an idea for like cheesy concession stand foods, but now it's like almost like a character cafe menu. Who needs to be an idol to have one of those? Hello Kitty has all kinds of character cafes, and she's an idol to me. What do we got in here? We got some broccoli. We got some green beans. or like some they call a edamame or snap peas. Snap peas is the word for it in English, for sure. Okay, add a few things here, add a few things here. Just some texture for the broccoli flore. I know that everybody has their own circumstances, and I know that not everybody enjoys food the same way, right? Like there's people who out there who just don't like a whole lot of vegetables, and they're just as valid as anybody else. That being said, I immediately draw like question marks if you say you don't fuck with broccoli at an adult age. Broccoli does so much for all of us. There's something very soothing about making these little like tiny pips on the broccoli flore. But yeah, there we go. There's the green Thai curry that we wanted to make. The cool thing about this is that theoretically I can make as many of them as I want. The only thing that's holding me back is like space on like the actual. I don't know. Maybe I can like submit the menu as like a separate thing and just have the things there. The thing is, I want to have like a tally of like all the different sales for the concession stand as well. Get rid of these parts here. Actually, this ear here could also stand to be a little bit taller. God, I really need to start hustling on some of my plans to go to like bigger conventions because at this point I'm gonna I don't know maybe I can book some tickets for like Hall of Fest next year. I'd really like to go to like a VTuber centric one. I I mean I would consider TwitchCon, but that one I don't know. So much about TwitchCon sounds like a pain in the ass. Man, what is like? There we go. No, that doesn't feel right. This can work actually. Hang on. Yeah, just like a slight sudden twist like that, and then there we go. And maybe with a little spoon on the side here. Okay, I think we have time for like one more, and then we're gonna go ahead and call it a night. Yeah, okay, let's. Is there anyone that I really wanted to do? I thought about doing a corn dog as well with like some takoyaki fixings, but the problem is that that one doesn't follow like an interesting theme like the other ones do. I also need to make a couple of these more like carnival like, because the Tool Cup one feels like very good. Like the Tool one and the Mochi Donut both feel like pretty spot on. The Umaibo thing, I might have to do some kind of like, I don't know. I really want this kind of like feel to it, but that's hard to accomplish when it's like a prepackaged looking thing like that. And it's even harder when it looks like a little ceramic pot like this. But you know what? I think that's fine as well. It's like its own little brand of knickknack. I do know that in China they just sell straight up like puffed rice on street corners, but hmm. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do for the sun. I'm gonna make like a symmetry ruler, but instead of just having having it be the double symmetry, I'm gonna make it like eightfold symmetry, and it's gonna be kind of like that. Okay. Hmm. I'm trying to figure out like what the best shape for this ice cream would be. Maybe I need more symmetry lines on this ruler. What's the max I can go? 12? No, I can go more than 12, but let's do 12 right now, right? Hmm. I want like a sort of blunted round shape like this, almost like a moon cake, really. Because I feel like that's the best way to accomplish what I want to do. Let's take away the ruler for the time being. What we're going to do is we're going to actually grab this part here, the moon cake in question, and we're going to like flatten it almost. We're going to add some perspective to it. Then what we're going to do is we're going to grab that, and then if I can reach over and select all of them, we're going to basically just like drag that out and then put the lollipop thing in the middle. Or actually, we're going to flip this around so that it's also following the same format as the other ones. I don't know. The soup pot is like vaguely only in that direction, but you know what I mean. Okay. And, okay, I need the picture of that one super messed up looking Sonic the Hedgehog slash SpongeBob SquarePants ice cream cone or ice cream packet thing. Yeah, the ice cream bar. Here we go. This is the guy. God. The fact that those two are the two gumball eyes are not even in the same. They're so askew. All right, where's the is? I remember there being a SpongeBob one. Actually, I remember there being a SpongeBob ice cream bar, but oh yeah, Yeah, this is the good stuff. Get a load of that. Feast your eyes. Oh, that's good. That's real good. What the hell is consistency? Eat your ice cream. The size of it, too. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's in adults' hands, and the ice cream cone is like surprising, and like the ice cream bar itself is surprisingly small. But there's just something like it looks. I don't know. Maybe this person could just have very dainty, small hands. But something about the ice cream makes it. Something about the framing of this makes it look huge. Dude, you look huge. God bless Alex Lee going 100 and going in 110% with like literally all of the characters he does. I don't know. I'm very impressed with Alex Lee, not just because he's just very good at what he does to begin with, right? He's a very good voice actor, but also because he has a sort of energy, which is why I feel like I feel like if you got Alex Lee on your team, you've got like a winning guy on your team because he's kind of like a almost like a one man promotional squad as well, right? Like if Alex Lee is voicing a character in your game, he is going to shill for that character. He is going to go to bat for them at every opportunity. It might not be in a way that is like marketer friendly, but he's going to go back for the character that he voices. And I appreciate the hell out of that. I respect the hell out of that. There's some, there's something to be said when a creator can like be more than just their most iconic characters, right? There's something to be said when like an actor or a creator is like a chameleon and can just like instantly blend into any new medium. But there's also something to be said for creators who look at a character and go like, "That's my guy. That's my dude. He is just like me for real, for real." I don't know. There's something very special about like when a one of the people involved in making something is just very clearly and very unashamedly just so cherishing of the thing that they made. That's why it's also super cool to see like Aisha at like Arc World Tournament too, right? Because she obviously loves working with, you know, I don't know, maybe she doesn't love working with it, but she definitely loves the songs and the energy that she can bring to an area. And I don't know, there's just something super special about that. It makes you want to feel hyped too. It's just so good. I'm already laughing my ass off thinking about how this ice cream is gonna end up looking. Like it does have a very mooncake like shape, which I like a lot. But I am gonna make it like dribble and melt a little bit. That shit is only on the stick in like the most perilous of interpretations. Yeah, that's a little better. Mm. Okay, that's a little better. But yeah. I don't know if that's like mainly I don't. Hmm. Whenever I speak in generalizations, I tend to put big asterisks around whatever I say because nobody's experiences are universal. There's no like one like surefire way for anything to happen, right? But I really like how it's mainly been happening for in like the fighting game scene. Like what drew me into the fighting game is well, first of all, me just like talking about it and me getting into it through osmosis, but also like makes me like looking watching these events and everything. It's just a passion that everybody except that bitch ass white boy Luffin. Well, no, I don't think Luffin's white, is he? I don't want to know anything about that guy. Jokes aside, it has some great passion in there, which is why I think it's so great to watch everything related to it. I don't know. It's a very special feeling watching fighting game tournaments. I talk about it a lot, but it's something that I feel very strongly about. This drip is not coming out at all how I want. Something about it is bugging me. I think it's the fact that hang on. Okay, I think I understand what's wrong with it now. It's not. It was like out of shape. Like one of the corners on the mooncake was gone the way I was doing it earlier. What do we even say when we serve this? Like, oh yeah, sorry, the ice cream machine was broke. We we only have like we only have like rapidly thawing creams in here. Make sure to get yours while it's still good, while it's still fresh. I love the phrase for like I love when somebody says get it while it's good instead of like get it while it's hot. I don't know. It implies something about it. Like it's not gonna like it's only gonna get worse from here. Fast food French fry. I don't know. I'm kind of a sick twisted freak because I actually don't mind stale French fries too much. Particularly because back when I used to eat more from takeout places that sold fries, right? If I didn't finish my fries in like the optimal serving time, I would just throw them into like a fried egg scramble the next morning, and I would just have them that way. And that actually saved my bacon quite a couple of times because sometimes I didn't always have bread in the house to make my morning sandwiches. For the past 3 or so years, I've just been eating my staple breakfast food has just been like these hot sandwiches that I make in a George Foreman grill. And so it's nice. It's nice to be able to like break away from that mold every now and again. Granted, I probably still eat the French fries in question with toast, but that's a me problem. You don't need to worry about all that. Hang on, can I make a spoof of the helado pingüino logo? Hang on. Kind of like okay, so this is the logo for like an ice cream brand back from where I live. What if I made it like hmm, that's a little bit too alike, unfortunately. And this one just looks like that new Patreon logo that everybody hated. I have something of a small personal vendetta against like blob logos. Like I remember going on a website where I got to see the Patreon logo pop up fairly frequently, and whenever I saw it, I'm like, "What logo is that?" Until I read the text, and I was like, "Oh, it's Patreon. Why is it just like a black blob?" Amogus. I really one of the long-lasting psychological side effects of Amogus is that now you can't make a letter A look like anything. You just can't let it look like anything, or else people will draw a little circle over top of it and be like, Amogus. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Dun dun. Right? And you can if you're not a coward, right? Like, if you just don't give a dang about the Amogus state of affairs, then that's fine. All I'm gonna say is that when I was designing my buddy Preston's PNG tuber avatar a long time ago, we were worried that the belt buckle on his design would end up looking like an Amogus, and thankfully that didn't happen. That was like an unfounded fear, but I'm saying that it would have been a real moment killer. Hmm. Okay, I've got an idea for how to make this S. I feel like I'm missing something for this S. Oh, right, the inner gap here. Okay. Oh goodness, I hear sirens in the background. The problem isn't necessarily that I don't even mind the sirens necessarily. It's that I live near a main street, so now, or at least what I think is a main street. I don't know. It could actually be rather out of the way, but I live in an area that has a lot of like traffic. So every now and then, like it's almost every day that I hear a siren, and I'm like, why do people get hurt so often? Take it easy, fellas. I understand this country has socialized healthcare, though that doesn't make it good. All right, I'll take that. Maybe a little bit of a something here for the P. Yeah. Okay, that's perfect. Oh, hey, been a minute. How you been? Welcome, welcome. How are you? We're out here making a few snack foods for a stream that I'm having on Saturday. Good. How are you? I'm doing quite well, thank you. Also, I'm probably gonna save this logo as a Clip Studio Paint file because it does kind of go hard. The Pavs knockoff Pinguino, Helados Pinguino logo does unfortunately go pretty hard. It is fairly tough. I might have to figure out some way to upscale that sucker later on. Okay. Do I have enough time to add color to some of these? Just some basic color shouldn't hurt. Just enough to kind of give the understanding of it. I do kind of want to thicken the lines on this thing. My policy in general is just make the art as big as possible and then shrink it down as necessary. Mainly because that's just good practice. I've also gotten into the habit of going back a little bit and increasing the thickness of the outer edges. Particularly, so like back when I was making the, what do you call, the auction block announcements, you might notice that some of these have like fairly thick outlines. I think the most prevalent of these examples was with the Smabs sealed cage, where his eyes just look like a huge black asterisk, right? That was a result of like increasing the thickness of the lines. Taxidermy Paps was basically unchanged because he's perfect as he is. It's edible. That kind of cracks me up. That's a good choice. All right. Okay. Actually, wait. This is supposed to be the color of my face, so I might need to lock in a different direction. I might need to lock in turnways. God. I one time I used the phrase something or other turnways because I wanted to make a Homestuck reference, and the thing is, I'm generally safe making Homestuck references because nobody else has read that stupid goddamn webcomic in real life. Like, not a single person that I've met in real life, two people that I've met in real life, know what that webcomic is. Nobody else does. So it's generally like one of those things where if you make a reference to it, nobody will understand. But that's also important because if they knew what you were referencing, they would stone you. In any case, I made a reference to Homestuck saying like, "Oh yeah, you got to flip it turnways," and to my great embarrassment, the person that I made the reference to didn't get the Homestuck reference, but thought it was a Discworld reference. And that's so much worse for me. Not because Discworld is an infinitely more respectable property, and here I am laughing like a buffoon at Homestuck references. It feels like if you as like a complete novice to chess accidentally beat a grandmaster just by trying to spell out boobs with your chess pieces. All right? That's kind of like how I felt. But yeah, that's a story of how I unfortunately had to introduce my high school biology teacher to Homestuck. Godspeed him. I forgot his name, I don't know if he remembers me. He might. I don't know. I like to think that I left a decent impression on most of my school teachers. Whether that impression is good or bad, it's probably good. But I have no control over that. The main problem with my color palette is that some of it is too samey. Some of it looks just like pure white. So I need to get in here with like a what do you call with one of those gradient maps just to feel something. Actually, let me pull up the references real quick just so I can get a peep at these. Okay, I can add a semi-transparent layer with like, I don't know, yellowish color over here. Yeah, just reduce the opacity on that. There we go. Now, what color should I make the original flavor tag? Maybe also pink. Oh god, did you see that? Working with varying opacity paint is never something that I'm fond of, precisely because it creates incidents like this. I don't know, it always makes me nervous. Okay, not bad, not bad. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go in, we're gonna duplicate this layer, and then we're gonna hit it with a color. Actually, first, let's try to use tonal correction with brightness slash contrast. Hmm. Interesting results. Okay, now let's try a gradient map. God, I love gradient maps so much. Hmm. The only issue is that they don't have enough contrast to like get picked up accurately by the gradient map. So maybe if I continue increasing the contrast. Just so it's a little bit extreme like this. And then I hit it with the gradient map beam. Okay, yeah, there we now we have a little bit more variety in terms of what colors are applied. Big fan of this one. Although something like candy like this one might also be good. Ooh. Hold up. Okay, maybe not this one. Yeah, definitely one that's like lots of bright colors. This one might be it. Yeah, okay, you're him. The only issue with this is that now the puffed rice in there looks kind of sickly. Gotta go. See you until next time. All right, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, the rice inside looks a little bit sickly, so that's not exactly what you want when you're trying to make like an appealing product. I don't know. Maybe I could turn it around somehow. Maybe if I increase the opacity and then try using a few different. Hmm. Let's look without that. Okay, and then I think from here we're gonna increase the saturation a little bit. Maybe change up the luminosity a bit too. Hmm. At least I want to try to save the puffed rice in there. So maybe if I make it like a much warmer color, like this one here. then on a new layer, I add like little highlights for these. All right. Yeah, actually, this works pretty great. Let me just have a few more over here. I need to add some kind of layer to these after all, but not bad, not bad, not bad. Right, that should do it for. I don't know. It's just every other color that's bugging me too. Hang on. Select color gamut. This one here. Inverse this. Okay. Edit. Correction. Gradient map. Yo, wait. Hang on. Huh. A splash of blue might not be a bad idea. Feels kind of experimental. I like it. Let's give it a shot. Maybe not with a multiply layer. Definitely none of these. I don't want it to get brighter is the problem. This one's not too bad, but the colors are a little bit drab. We could change it up a little bit more. Maybe if I go to the what do you call it? Tone curve. Nope. Also nope. Definitely nope. Okay. Good to know that that's not on the table. Brightness and contrast. Let's do that. Brightness and contrast has become one of my more favorite what do you call functions because it usually lets me play around with I don't know. It's like the hue, saturation, luminosity slider, but like with a degree almost. Like it's the same thing, but in a different direction. Yeah, that should do it. I am content with that. I might rework it in the future, but for now, let's move on. You can remove the what do you call the glazing for now. Now for this one, I do actually have an idea for what I want, which is to have a striped pattern on the on the wrapper. And I shall achieve that as follows. I will make a new layer, and I will draw the stripes. I know, riveting. Oh, no, it's a little bit of Occam's razor. Okay, Occam's razor is usually like the simplest explanation is often the correct one, right? And I think Hanlon's razor is never attribute to malice what could be adequately explained with stupidity. That actually helped me a lot with my own the perception of like my own failures, you know? Like at worst they wouldn't take it as me being like actively unless I have like beef with the person in question, it would never be seen as like actively detrimental. I would just be seen as a little bit misguided. You know, and while that's still not the best self-perception, it does help a lot when like your baseline is, oh god, they want to kill me with rocks. Right? Oh, let's kill this guy with hammers. It's crazy that a Tumblr post about like ET got so viral that now like there's a clip of a huge streamer who has like quoted it or like made a joke about it, and now it's entered into the common vernacular. It's good. Now when I say when like I talk about beating people with hammers, they don't know that I'm exclusively joking and making a meme reference, rather than actually being genuinely unhinged and proposing to solve an issue with violence. I don't know. It's refreshing to not have to clarify that. Yeah, I'm not proposing armed assault. I'm just trying to lift the mood up a little bit. Jeez, with hammers. You know, they say when all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. But that's not true. When I hold a hammer in my hands, nothing looks like a nail. I just know that I have to hit something. You don't get it. It's my Gregory Berry cone. The fact that I understand Gregory Berry cone is like a huge that's a good one. That's a good one. God. Gregory Berry cone, the man that you are. The non-existent fictional man that you are. Actually, I might need to move this one up a little bit. The fact that I would need to like pull out like a small infographic to succinctly explain what a Greg Berry cone is. Real cone heads know that nobody understands the cone stir like we do. Remember when Tumblr proposed a fake movie existed? That was a pretty good day. Week. I don't know. How long did the Goncharov meme last? Like, I know it still gets referenced here and there, but like, truly, how long was it? A week or so? Before everybody got bored? Okay. No. Okay. Maybe we can remove this one actually. If you had to pretend the movie was real, what would yours be about? Whew. Probably mine. My Goncharov, in my mind's eye, my Goncharov would definitely be some kind of like wacky office hijinks adventure, except that like midway through it turns into like a horror movie because like the office is alive and wants to eat you or something. I think you need some genre knowledge to pull it off well, which some people don't do as well as with Gonch. That's true. The thing that I think made Goncharov work is that it had a vague idea behind it, which is like a mafia movie, but also it had like a Martin Scorsese joint thing attributed to it, right? It was supposed to be a Martin Scorsese thing. And so I feel like when most people hear Martin Scorsese, unless they're like film fanatics who want to enrich themselves in that way, their eyes just start to glaze over because I feel like thanks to like a lot like there's like this perception that Martin Scorsese movies are like dense and impenetrable. And to be fair, they can take a while. But like I feel like most people's eyes just kind of glaze over a little bit. Mafia AU brain takes over. Exactly. See, the reason the Tumblrinas were so capable of yes and in Goncharov It's because it was in a sort of language they could understand. You see, they could parse the idea of a mafia AU of like the aesthetics thereof in any case, and that's why they were able to bullshit along with it so nicely. That and also literally nobody made the rules about it. Like, what were you gonna do? Say that whatever their Goncharov headcanon is contradicted canon? It's not a real movie, doofus. We're all bullshitting here. I don't know. I like bullshitting a lot myself, but like the issue is that whenever it feels like somebody will like actually believe what I'm bullshitting about, I immediately have to backpedal. Hmm. This is quite a delectable looking mochi donut, if I do say so myself. Like, is it just me or is this kind of fire? Looks so good. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Maybe I could put like some white chocolate sprinkles or something. I don't know. Maybe some like. Hang on. Can I? I want to try some. If I put this underneath the pink layer and make it pure white, how much trouble would I have to go through to adapt it, so to speak? Hmm. Okay. What's this? No, there we go. Actually, this wouldn't. The wrapper shouldn't have any of the drizzle at all. Kind of think. Okay, then push this one over here. Increase the brush size for the liquify tool, and then just move this over yay ways. That's a normal drizzle pattern for a donut. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Affiliate send off garage sale drops March 26th. Listen. Maybe with a little bit. Hang on. Maybe we can boost up the saturation again and lower the luminosity, and then make it like yellowish. There we go. At least not like pure white. Might have to workshop that a little bit more, but I like that. I like how it looks. All right. The tool cup. All right. So for this one, I think the first thing to do would be to clean up some of the line art because I'm noticing here like there's a small thingy with the drip here. Okay. I need to avoid sharp corners. That's what's up with the bucket drink. Do I have tools reference handy? I remember it's somewhere around here. Hang on. There it is. Okay, and then my idea for the cup was actually not to have it be fully opaque, but to have it have like a blue base down here. And we can kind of use a soft eraser to make a dent in that. A little bit of the aerosol tool. Then maybe the gradient tool again, just from a very large distance, so it's not fully opaque. Okay, and so the idea is that inside we'll actually be able to see at least a little bit of the drink. I'm gonna make it like a clear white for the time being. Okay. This color for the ice cream. I need to find like a rich blue color for the gummy dolphin. That's good. The lifesaver gummy can be like a yellowish white color. These gumballs can be like generic blue colors. Maybe this one can be like almost like Miku blue. Hmm. Oh, that looks evil. We're not doing that. Baskin Robbins, if you're not selling your ice cream in the West, then I'm gonna steal it for my for my stupid character drink. Suck it. Honestly, that looks much more cohesive than I feared. Actually, you know what? Just for the hell of it, let me pop open the references back up. There it is. I'm gonna color grab the like deep blue from here. Erase this part here. God, I just love how radioactive blue this stupid drink was. It was so goddamn blue. And for what? Hold up, I gotta let me separate this into a new layer. This part here. Separate it into a new layer. And then we can put this blue one on top of that, and then what we can do is we can get a little bit schnasty with it using the fingertip blur. Why is that getting in some of the white from the... God damn it. Alright, so maybe we don't use the fingertip blur so much. We've got the next best thing. An actual paintbrush. Actually, yeah, wet wash might... No, okay, wet wash doesn't do much. Rough wash? Rough wash, my beloved? Oh, I'm using the... Flippin'... Hang on. Let's try that one more time. Okay, and then... Here we go. Can you believe I forgot to grab the corners here? Actually, you know what would work? Probably just if I did a gradient. And then I used like a painterly blender or something to like obscure it. That's not bad for a first pass. I like that. We can do some more with it once we get into the proper shading areas. But for like a first pass, that's pretty good. Okay, the soup cup. We got two more. Thankfully, this one shouldn't be too onerous. It's just my face. That simplifies a lot. At least for the container. The soup, the curry itself, the actual meat of the dish, potentially vegetarian. I'm not sure. I don't know. I feel like it'd be a good idea to have vegan options at the function. You know, like we have to make something inclusive, right? I don't know. Technically, the puffed rice bar is also vegan. The mochi donut is also probably technically vegan if we don't use like a cream for the base of the frosting. Think of this is actually a rather meat light situation. Maybe I should make this like a meat dish. Ethically speaking. Well, I don't know. There's nothing wrong. Does make you look like a cartoon octopus. I could see that. But can an octopus do this? By which I mean change colors? Actually, they can't do that. I was gonna say, I don't think an octopus can change colors, but that's literally one of the things they're known for doing. Brains. Yeah, come. Some of these are kind of grim, actually. Come to think of it, aren't they? Oh well, I reckon that's also part of the fun. I don't know how to get that nice kind of like vegetable brothy kind of green to these. I can just color pick. Ground beef flavor for the Halloween edition. God. Okay, we can get rid of these ones for the time being. Now we can actually add some green, some additional shades of green to this. Yeah, We turned this into like a spaghetti ramekin for Halloween edition. The little pasta scoop is made out to look like rice beast instead of there being rice. Having some red in there might not be a bad idea. I could also just swap it out for like a guac dip in times of trouble. Now this one's gonna be the piece de resistance. All right, first I need to make this look like really crappy wood. Whenever I look up wood in the stick your hand into the Pabst decorated box, it's eyeballs. It's totally eyeballs in there. No, it's not grapes. Fear is bad. Okay. I was also thinking of that one post where it's like it's that scene in Dune where they're making him put the hand in the box that is full of pain, the Gom Jabbar test, and like instead of it being like the pain from the box, it's like the Bene Gesserit woman very poorly trying to convince Paul that like the box is full of eyeballs and guts and it's actually just spaghetti. I am definitely thinking of that post right now. Hmm. Come to think of it, has anybody ever tried to do like a haunted Halloween mansion kind of stream? Or like it kind of it starts out like pretty normal looking, like oh yeah we're gonna do like a spooky mansion as like a fun Halloween event, but then the streamer gets murdered like 5 minutes into like the first room, and you realize that they're not the ones actually pulling the strings right now. There's a game about that. Damn, that's crazy. I should play that game at some point. I don't know. I have a huge backlog of horror games that I feel like are most appropriate to play during Halloween. Assuming my stupid ass long playthrough of Yakuza 0 doesn't drag on until the New Year's, which it might have at this point, at the rate I'm going. Okay, admittedly, there's many horror games with camera themes, but there's a live streamer one. Oh, that's made by like I remember a bunch of people playing that, or a bunch of YouTubers playing that. Yeah. Can't I just like hang on? I want to see something real quick. How big is that? Oh, that's not very big at all. All right, that's fine though. How can we ball? Okay, just move this on down over. Oh, there it is. It's so small. That's so cute. All right. Hmm. Actually, come to think of it, I want to try. I want to try one more thing with this concept. Instead of just having the gumball eyes, which are vital to the operation, might I add, I'm not gonna downplay the gumball eyes at all. Hang on, I gotta hardenize the thing here. Hardenize isn't the word. I need to harden the brush. The game I'm thinking of is Livestream. It's a point-and-click slash visual novel. Ooh, that's actually different from the one that I was thinking of. Feed me from this cream. God. This is gonna get even worse once I give this thing a mouth. Let's see. Alright, where is a good rough brush for this? Oh, this'll do. Let me clip this to the layer below just so it stays in place. Okay, there we go. Just very narrow, make this much more narrow, and then there we go. God. This might actually be... The sun might hold a grudge against me for this one, I'm not gonna lie. I think he's not gonna be happy about this one. Hmm. The issue with this one is that it's not nice. I don't like it being like noise. I want it to be like... Maybe I should use a pointillism brush again. That might work. Yeah, as I thought, this is kind of horrible no matter which way I slice the bacon. All right. Well, I think we've done some excellent work here today. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. All right, good work, everyone. Uh, let me see. Is Fee still streaming with Pearl? Let me see who all is streaming right now. Hopefully, I'm not too late for their stream. Oh yeah, no, they're still going strong. All right, perfect. I'm gonna send you guys over their way. Uh, yeah, I will see you all on Thursday. Hopefully, I won't need to bite into another comic work stream to keep up with the work, but that might happen. In any case, thank you all for coming by. I really appreciate it. Thanks again to Rachel7 for the raid, and I will see you all later. Bye.